Welcome to Bikebeat. The Honda CB750 is a name that echoes through the history of motorcycling, a name tied to one of the most revolutionary bikes of the 20th century. The original CB750 of 1969 was the world's first true superbike, bringing four-cylinder performance and everyday reliability to riders who had never seen such a combination before. Fast forward to 2026 and the CB750 has evolved once again. It no longer relies on four cylinders or a retro design to carry the torch. Instead, it redefines itself as a modern naked streetfighter, a motorcycle designed to deliver a mix of performance, agility, and technology in a package that is approachable for daily use yet exciting enough to get your heart racing when the roads open up. It is Honda's way of saying that the CB legacy isn't about being stuck in the past, it's about moving forward, creating the perfect blend of heritage and innovation. At the core of the 2026 CB750 sits Honda's 755 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin engine. This motor uses a unicam design with 8 valves and a 270-degree crankshaft, which gives it a sound and feel closer to a V-twin than a traditional parallel twin. The result is a characterful exhaust note with a distinctive pulsing rhythm, the kind that makes even short rides engaging. With peak output at around 90 horsepower and 75 Newton-meters of torque, the CB750 isn't about sheer numbers, it's about how the power is delivered. Roll on the throttle in the mid-range and the bike surges forward smoothly, with enough torque to make overtaking traffic effortless. Spin it up towards the higher revs and you'll find it keeps pulling with enthusiasm, rewarding spirited riding without ever feeling peaky or intimidating. This is one of the reasons so many riders describe the CB750 as fun without being overwhelming. It doesn't demand that you ride at 10/10 to enjoy it, but when you do push harder, it's ready to respond. The gearbox continues this theme of balance. It's a slick 6-speed unit that shifts cleanly and pairs beautifully with the assist and slipper clutch. That clutch lightens the lever pull for daily commutes and reduces engine braking shocks during aggressive downshifts. Add the optional quick shifter, and you get clutchless upshifts that keep you in the power band and add an extra layer of excitement on fast rides. It may not be the high-strung four-cylinder scream of a sport bike, but the twin in the CB750 has a rhythm and immediacy that feels perfectly suited for the kind of riding most people actually do. Handling is another highlight. The CB750 rides on a steel diamond frame that prioritizes lightweight and rigidity. Honda managed to keep the wet weight down to about 419 pounds, which makes it noticeably lighter than many rivals. Combined with a wheelbase designed for agility, the result is a motorcycle that feels eager to change direction. On tight urban streets, it flicks through traffic easily, the kind of bike that makes commuting less of a chore and more of a dance. Out in the twisties, the low weight and sharp geometry let you confidently tip it into corners, where it holds a line with stability and grace. It may not have the raw track precision of a full-on supersport, but for real-world riding, the balance between stability and flickability is right on the money. The suspension setup plays an important role in this character. Honda equipped the CB750 with a Showa 41mm inverted SFFBP fork up front and a Showa monoshock at the rear with preload adjustment. While not fully adjustable, this suspension is well chosen. It absorbs bumps and imperfections on city roads without transmitting harshness to the rider, but it firms up enough when you push harder, giving the confidence to lean into corners. Riders coming from bikes with budget suspension will immediately notice the upgrade in feel and stability. Those familiar with high-end adjustable setups may wish for more fine-tuning, but for the segment and the price point, Honda has nailed the compromise. Stopping power comes from dual radial mount Nissin calipers up front and a single rear caliper, with ABS standard. The brakes offer a solid bite and good progression, with plenty of stopping force for both spirited riding and everyday commuting. Some riders who are used to premium Brembo setups might find the initial bite a touch softer, but in real-world use, the braking system feels trustworthy and predictable, which is exactly what most riders want when navigating mixed conditions. Step into the cockpit and you'll see that Honda has embraced modern technology without going over the top. A 5-inch full-color TFT display dominates the dash. It's crisp, easy to read even in bright sunlight, and offers customizable layouts so you can choose how you want your information displayed. The electronic rider aids are another strong point. The throttle-by-wire system enables multiple riding modes: Sport, Standard, Rain, and 2 user modes where you can customize power delivery, engine braking, and traction control. This adaptability gives the CB750 a broad personality. In sport, the throttle is sharp, the engine delivers maximum power, and traction control allows for a little more slip. In standard, everything dials back slightly for smoother everyday use. Rain mode softens throttle response and ramps up the electronic intervention, ideal for wet or slippery conditions. The two user modes allow you to mix and match settings, tailoring the bike to your preference. The only limitation is that the system does not include lean-sensitive ABS or traction control, as there's no inertial measurement unit, but considering the segment and price, this isn't unusual. Visually, the CB750 embodies the modern naked ethos. The lines are sharp and purposeful, with a minimalist rear section and a muscular fuel tank that gives the bike presence without making it bulky. The LED lighting front and rear complements the futuristic design, and the overall proportions make it look compact but aggressive. Ergonomically, the riding position is upright with a slight forward lean, putting the rider in a comfortable yet engaged stance. The handlebars are wide enough for leverage in corners, while the foot pegs are positioned for a sporty feel without being cramped. Riders around average height will find it accessible, with a seat height just over 31 inches, while taller riders may feel the bike is slightly compact. Still, the comfort level for commuting and weekend rides is impressive for a machine that looks this aggressive. Price is another area where the CB750 makes a statement. In the US, the previous year's model was priced at $7,999 plus destination charges, and the 2026 edition continues in that same ballpark. For under $8,000, you're getting a motorcycle with a modern TFT dash, multiple riding modes, smartphone connectivity, quality suspension, a characterful engine, and Honda's reputation for reliability. Compare that to rivals like the Yamaha MT-07, which is slightly cheaper but less powerful and less feature-rich, or the Suzuki GSX-8S, which is close in price but heavier. The Kawasaki Z650 offers similar displacement but again comes in with less tech. The CB750 positions itself as the most well-rounded option, offering more value for money without cutting corners where it matters. When you ride the CB750 in real-world conditions, its versatility really shines. In the city, it feels nimble and light, slipping through traffic with ease, the upright posture giving you great visibility. On the highway, the parallel twin has enough grunt to cruise comfortably at legal speeds, with a sixth gear that keeps revs low enough for fuel efficiency. Out on a twisty mountain road, it comes alive, eager to lean, confident in transitions, and rewarding when you push it to higher revs. This isn't a bike that intimidates, it's a bike that encourages you to explore your skills and grow as a rider. In many ways, it captures the same spirit that made the original CB750 such a hit, a bike that gives you everything you need, nothing you don't, and does it with confidence. For a price hovering around $8,000, you're getting a motorcycle that looks modern, feels exciting, adapts to different riding conditions, and carries the Honda name with pride. It is a motorcycle that respects its heritage while fully embracing the future, and for many riders, it represents one of the best choices in the middleweight naked segment today. The 2026 Honda CB750 isn't just another bike with an iconic name. It's a worthy evolution, one that proves Honda still knows how to build motorcycles that inspire riders, just as the original CB750 did more than 50 years ago.